Today's workout is a chest and tricep workout, and we're starting off with flat bench press, 4 sets. This is the first set, 45 pounds, and I did 40 reps here. And here, I want you to notice I'm bringing the bar down to my chest, and my elbows are out, and my elbows are also staying underneath the bar. My forearms perpendicular to the floor, and I'm arched up. And also watch my breath too. As the bar comes down, my belly goes up. As the bar goes up and I'm pushing, my belly goes down. Okay, that last clip was slow motion. This is regular motion right here. And I like to go a little bit faster on my first set. I like to just kind of pump them out. Here you can notice my breath again, a little bit more. Breathing is very important. The hardest part of the motion should be the exhale. So on here, it is the pushing up part is the exhale. And here's the second set, 65 pounds, 20 reps. Notice that I have an arch in my back, my chest is up, and my butt stays on the bench. My feet are light on the bench, so I'm focusing on just staying arched up. And chest, I think, I've been a trainer for a long time. I've been in this business for about 27 years, and this is the most common thing that I see people do wrong. And usually when people come to me and they have shoulder problems and say they have a hard time doing chest, it's because they have done chest wrong. And it's very important to get your chest engaged. And in order to do that, from what I've found in my experiences, you have to get that chest arched up. A lot of times if you let that chest stay down and put your back flat on the bench and you're not thinking of a hinge in your chest, I like to think of a hinge in my chest. So my chest opens up, and when your chest opens up, the tension's going to be on your chest. When your chest stays down flat, a lot of times the rotation is at your shoulders and not in the center of your chest where that hinge is. So I picture a hinge in the center of my chest, and that's where as I bring the weight down, my chest opens up. And in order to do that, you have to have that chest up nice and high. And that pretty much goes with all things. So these are incline dumbbell presses, 3 sets. That goes with all chest exercises. Here are some chest tips here. Always stay arched up. Keep your elbows out. Keep your bottom heavy. And keep your feet light. No pushing with your feet. And think of a hinge in the center of your chest. That's just what we were talking about. So not at your shoulders. The hinges aren't at your shoulders. They're at the center of your chest. So on all chest exercises that I do, whether it's incline, flat bench, I very rarely do decline presses. Mostly incline, because that's the part that you're going to see the most, especially being a female, is the upper chest. Incline benches are for the upper chest. You really have to focus on using your chest when you train chest. Otherwise, you're going to use your shoulders and your arms. So you have to really focus on chest. And again, think of that hinge in the center of your chest. And as your elbows go down, you're letting your chest kind of come up. You're going to feel that stretch in your chest. And you never let your chest cave in. You want to keep your bottom heavy. Your feet are light, so you're not pressing with your feet to lift your butt out of the seat. Your butt should always be heavy in the seat, and that keeps it in your chest. And here, I want you to watch the rock here. This is what I use for heavier sets. But I set the weights on my legs, and I kind of rock a little bit to get some momentum to kick them back. So as the weight gets heavier, you have to kind of use that rocking motion, and that'll help you to kick the heavier weight back. Otherwise, a lot of times, the heavier weight, you'll be limited if you can't get that momentum to kick them back. So that helps a lot to allow you to maybe push a little bit heavier weight to get that rocking momentum, to get that weight kicked back. Otherwise, if you don't get that momentum, a lot of times your chest might be able to push a heavier weight, but if you can't get it kicked back to do the set, then you're going to be limited somewhat. So that little rock just gives you that extra momentum to get those weights kicked back. So now we're doing cable crossovers, 3 sets here, and first set 15 pounds, 25 reps. On these, I like to cross my hands, and I alternate my cross. Sometimes I forget which one I just did because I'm focusing on my chest. So you want to try to alternate your cross on each rep. Same thing here, you want to keep that chest up, and when you come forward to squeeze your hands together, you don't want to let your chest cave in and your shoulders come forward. A lot of times when you do that, it takes the tension off the chest and puts it in your shoulders and your arms. So you want to keep that chest nice and high, keep your back arched, and when I do these, I split my legs and I try to keep my weight forward on that front leg that's out, and I use my back leg to keep my weight shifted forward, and I try to stay arched up. Okay, here's second set, 20 pounds, 15 reps plus 5 burns. Again, with this too, if you think of a hinge in the center of your chest, you'll watch as my elbows go back, see how I kind of push my chest forward into it. I'm letting that hinge open up in the center of my chest, and I'm focusing on my chest. I'm focusing on using my chest to squeeze the weight forward, not my hands. I'm not thinking about my hands. My hands are just holding the handles, which attaches the weight to my chest. And I'm keeping my elbows up and out. And I'm kind of, when I'm coming back, I'm thinking of my elbows going back. And those were the burns right there. Here's the third set. This is the last set, and I did this weight, and then I tore it down. So this is actually 2 sets in 1 set. And this is what I call a teardown set. But here, again, see how I'm arched up? I'm keeping my weight forward, and I'm bringing my hands, when they come in front of me, they're probably about at a 45-degree angle. So you don't want to get them too high and you don't want to get them too low. For me, where I bring them right there, I feel like a complete contraction in my chest. And here are the burns here. And I'm going to tear the weight down right away. So I'm going to drop to 15 pounds and finish with 10 reps. And so there was no rest other than to just change the weight. I finish off with 10 reps. In between each of the straight sets that I did on all these, the rest was probably anywhere between 1 to 3 minutes. It just depends on how much out of breath I was. So I always rest until I catch my breath again, so I have enough strength to do my next set. So I feel strong on that next set. And for the bench press, if you don't have a bar, you can use dumbbells and do flat dumbbell press and then incline dumbbell press. And for the cables here, if you don't have a cable crossover, you can do this exercise here as an alternate exercise. This is incline flies. And again, on this one, you want to stay arched up, keep your elbows out, your arms are almost straight with a slight bend in them, and you want to focus on your chest. So this is part 1, and stay tuned for part 2, which will be the tricep part of the workout. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Please share this with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Have a great day.